Good questions. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get started. Welcome, this is yoga. So today all we need is a block and a ring. We're gonna just warm up in our Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of our feet together, interlacing our fingers around our toes and wiggling. So you bring those hip bones high up towards your heels. And then just let your neck, your head move around, straightening out through your spine, relaxing your shoulders. And then just start with a soft butterfly. As you move your head around, just think about lengthening through your spine, grounding into your seat bones, lifting through the crown of your head, and just let those legs be an extension of your core, of your torso. And same with the head. So I love Pilates. The torso is really like the main powerhouse, and then just everything else is an extension of that. So just think about engaging through the core, straightening through the spine, moving that head around. And then when you feel like you're nice and loose through your neck, through your spine, bring those legs all the way up by your arms, and then use your arms to press your legs down. We're just gonna stay here. About 5 deep breaths. Engaging your arms and your legs. So the arms are pressing the legs down, but you really are feeling a nice deep stretch through your legs, through the inner thighs especially. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, lean back, take your hands behind you, and then bring your knees together. Lengthen up through your legs. So you can come a little bit more onto your forearms. Flex your feet and then slowly lower right before your legs touch. Bring it back up. Point the toes on the way up, flex on the way down. Just slow movements. I just want to get this core nice and engaged. And then we're going to come into a forward fold position after this. So we're just thinking about lengthening out through the legs, feeling that core engagement. Good. About 3 more deep breaths. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. One more, all the way down, just keep them down this time. And then bring your upper body up, wiggle, reset through your seat bones, and then make your legs about hip distance apart. Inhaling, reaching your arms all the way up. Deep breath in, exhale, fold into it. We're gonna take a few of these breath type of motions. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding into it. Move with the breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding. Good. And 2 more deep breaths. We're just going to stay in our forward fold. So one more up. And then bring it down. Stay in this forward fold. See if you can reach your feet. If it's hard for you to reach your feet, then get a strap or a ring to reach your feet. While you're here, holding onto your feet with your hands or your strap, lift up one seat bone and then the other seat bone. Wiggle side to side so those seat bones are really grounded into the earth, moving any flesh out of the way until you feel like those seat bones are really deep onto the earth, onto the mat below you. And then just stay here and breathe into it. Let the exhalation get you deeper. And do what feels good for you. If you want to put a little more stretch in your back, you could do that. You could stretch the back. Or if you want to lift the chin, you can put a little bit more stretch in your legs. Or you can go back and forth between the two. We're going to be here 10 deep breaths. So just think about getting as low as comfortable for you. Wiggling the knees, shifting seat bones, Do whatever you need to get comfortable and breathe into this, extending through your heels. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and let you just focus on your breath. Good. One more deep breath here. And on your exhalation, slowly walk it up, all the way up. Then just your right knee. Hug it in. And then try to open and close. So your right knee is just floating, your foot is floating off the ground. And then just open and close. Open and close, move through the hip. Good. And now we're gonna bring this foot, step it all the way over the left leg. Reset through those seat bones again. Hook onto your knee with your elbow. And then just twist behind you. So it's right knee, left elbow, look behind that right shoulder. And we're gonna take about 5 deep breaths here. With each exhalation, you can get even deeper. You might notice you might have a little air come out of you or something. This is a nice way to just detox through your breath body. Remember to drink water. You're also cleansing out those internal organs. The water will help flush it out. 3 more deep breaths. Focus on exhalation. The inhalation is going to naturally come. Good. And on your exhalation, we're going to come into a heart opener. So it's going to be same arm to leg, and then we're twisting the opposite way. So we were twisting to the right before. Now we'll twist to the left. Try to put your right arm on the inside part of that right leg. And you can either bend or straighten your arm, whatever feels good for you. And just look behind that shoulder. Stretching even those eyeballs. Opening up through the heart. Lengthen through the spine. Good, and the exhalation gently unwinds you. Bring it back to center. We're gonna come back into that staff pose with our legs long. So remember to reset your seat bones, nice and grounded onto the ground. Inhale, we're just gonna take 1 deep breath up and then exhale to fold it in. While you're here, shift those seat bones side to side, wiggle knees, extend through your heels, use that strap if you need to. Get nice and deep here. Good, 3 more deep breaths. The exhalation sinks you lower. And the exhalation is gonna walk you up. This time we're bringing our left leg up and just float it off the ground as you wiggle a little bit into the hip bone. And also using your core here too to keep your balance. Good, another 3 more out and in. And then we're gonna step that foot all the way to the outside part of the right leg. Hook your right elbow on that left knee and then just twist behind you. This is a really nice spinal twist. And keep drawing your air out of your body every time that you breathe. The exhalation is going to get you deeper into that pose. 5 more deep breaths here. And on your next exhalation, gently unwind. Now we're going same arm to leg. So whatever is most comfortable for you, if you wanted to, you could just hold on to the leg, or you could bring the arm on the inside part of the leg and then look behind you in this heart opener. Keep it twisting, even your eyeballs. Good, 5 more deep breaths here. And on your exhalation, gently unwind. Let both legs just cross in front of you. And we're gonna lift into a tabletop position in the center of our mat. You can find that center of your mat. And just start rounding and arcing. Move through your spine, make it feel good for you, for your spine body. Feeling into your breath. Again, moving all through your spine, remembering that your neck is also part of your spine. Good, and then whenever you come into your rounded cat pose the next time, stay here and just make some movements side to side. You could circle, you could sway. Feel into it, start feeling what might feel some tension. And then try to breathe into whatever might feel a little tight or a little resistance. Send some breath into it. And if you don't feel resistance anywhere, just take some circles around. Let's sway around, make it feel good, get nice and loose. Good, and then just whenever you're ready, you can go the other way. And come back to center, curl your toes, take it all the way into a downward facing dog, and just start walking your dog. And I want you to try to go slow and really think about each leg as you walk it through. Maybe get a little shimmy side to side on one leg. And then the other leg. If at any time this is too much blood flow to your head, please come into your tabletop and you can just move it back through your cat-cow. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And then step your right foot forward, left foot goes out to an angle, anywhere between 90 and 45. Sweep your arms all the way up into your warrior one. Sink low into this with your hips shining forward just like headlights, shining in front of you on a car. And then make sure that this front hip is back in line with your left hip. So they both are shining forward. Tuck in that tailbone, reach those arms up, interlace your outer 3 fingers. Breathe here. Good, 1 more deep breath. And then exhale into the warrior 2, right arm forward, let those hips open up. So now your shoulders are just stacked over your hips, gaze forward. Pretend like somebody's pulling your arm behind you and sink even lower. Maybe even widen your stance. Make sure your front knee points in the direction of your toes. 3 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, bend your front right forearm, place it onto your thigh, and then reach all the way out to the other end of the room. with that other arm. Good, one more deep breath. On the exhalation, take both arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, use a strap if you need to. Straighten your arms out, and then start shifting your right shoulder onto your right knee. Good, breathe here, 5 deep breaths. Good, on the exhalation, come back up, all the way up. Release your hands behind you, put all of the weight onto your front foot in front of you. Step up, and then hug in your left knee. So we are still balancing on this right foot. Hug that left knee in, and then take a few out and in, out and in. If you need to, you can lean up onto a wall. Use something to help you. Balance, good. And the next time that your leg is out, you're holding onto your leg with your left hand, your right hand is out. So it's same arm to leg. Try to look to your arm that's out on the right side. As you keep opening up through that inner thigh, breathe here. On the exhalation, bring it back to center. Take your hand with take your opposite hand to leg. So we're just switching our hand on our leg, crossing slightly over. And now the left arm is out to the side, right hand onto the left knee. Look out to the side, breathe. Good, one more deep breath. On the exhalation, we're gonna come into our tree pose. So that could mean your foot is all the way up above your knee. It could be below your knee, or you could just graze your toes onto the ground. Your palms can come into the heart center, or you could raise your arms all the way up. Good, just find something that's not moving. If you can, try to look at a tree. Look at the trunk of a tree, or just imagine a tree in your mind. And remember, there's those roots going down into the earth that we can't see, but we know that they're there. So just ground your energy down deep into the earth, but then stay flowing and strong, moving with the weather, the wind, the tides of time. Go ahead, 2 more deep breaths. And the exhalation brings the palms back to heart center. Lower your foot back onto the ground, and we're going to step to the top of our mat and do our other side. So reach your arms up to get there. Lean back, take a nice deep breath into your heart. On the exhalation, hands come down under your shoulders, bend your knees. Find that plank line, stepping or jumping. Take a few breaths here, just feeling strong through that core again. Good, one more breath here. And then on the exhalation, bend the elbows, lower the lower body down onto the ground. Point your toes, squeeze the elbows in toward the ribs, and then come into your cobra or your up dog. We're gonna take about 5 deep breaths here, then we'll come back into our down dog, and we'll do our left side. Good, one more deep breath. On the exhalation, curl your toes, take it back into that down dog. An option to walk your dog or just stay in your down dog, whatever feels good for you. We're gonna be here about 10 deep breaths. So again, if that's too much for you, please feel free to transition in between the child's pose, the cat-cow, whatever feels good for you. And if you are just staying in your down dog, walking it, really focus on shifting through the hips as well as the legs. And also keeping your back nice and straight, your shoulders open, your fingers wide. Good, and then the next time that you put all of the weight onto your right side, go ahead and step the left foot forward, taking your right foot out to an angle. Starting to find our warrior one, reaching those arms up, pointing those hips forward, tucking that tailbone in. Option to interlace those outer three fingers. Sinking nice and low into this and just gazing forward, finding your drishti. Breathe. Good, one more breath here. On the exhalation, open into your warrior two. Left arm forward, the right arm, somebody's pulling it behind you, and then sink low, let those hips open up with those shoulders stacked over your hip bones. Good, and just soft gaze forward past your fingers. Good, one more breath here. On the exhalation, bend this front left arm in front of you with the forearm onto the leg, and that right arm is going to extend all the way to the other end of the room. Gaze upward and just reach it. Good, one more breath in. On the exhalation, lower that right arm down, take the hands behind you, interlace those fingers, stretch your arms out, and then start lowering down with that left shoulder onto the left knee. 5 deep breaths here. Good, one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, slowly release your arms, step your foot forward, and we're gonna hug on to the right leg this time. Left foot is gonna stay planted onto the ground, and just move it around. Take a few out and in. You can use that opposite arm to counterbalance your leg. Out and in, that soft bend in your supportive knee, the left knee. Start feeling those roots going into the earth. Good, and then the next time that you have the right leg out to the right side, stay there. See if you can look at your left arm. Good, and when you're ready, bring it in, hug it in, and now we're gonna go to the other side. So right arm out to the side, left hand holds your right leg, breathe. And when you're ready, bring it back into the center. We're finding our tree pose with the foot anywhere except the knee. So it could either be above the knee, below the knee, or you could rest your heel onto your foot. Good. And when you're ready, you can find those branches. Feeling your energy in that left foot go deep into the earth. You've got strong roots, like a strong tree. Good. 3 more deep breaths. And exhalation, bring your palms back to heart center. Lower your feet down, shake it out, come back to the top of your mat. Inhaling, reaching your arms up, feet planted, nice and strong below you. Reach all the way back, push your hips forward, open up, deep breath into the heart. Exhale, swan dive down, hands under your shoulders, stepping or jumping into that plank line. Hold plank, 5 breaths, and then we're gonna do side plank, 5 breaths each. On the exhalation, just shift to one side. We're gonna do both sides, so it doesn't really matter which side you wanna shift to. Find a side plank. So you could have your legs stacked. You could have a knee on the ground. You could also choose to take that bottom leg and stack it on top. Good, just keep breathing through this. 3 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, shift to your other side. Take your time getting there. Remember, you could have your knee on the ground. You could stack your leg or stagger. 5 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, back into your plank line, hold 5 more deep breaths. Just hold that plank line. Good, and on your exhalation, lower your body to the ground, point your toes, bring your hands low onto your rib cage. And we're going to take a few breath movements here in the cobra. Inhaling, bring it up. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Just take your time. If you're not with my inhalation and exhalation, that's okay. We're gonna take 2 more, and then we're gonna end in that cobra, and we're just gonna look behind us, side to side. So next time you're in that cobra or up dog, so you could be lower if it feels better to be lower. If it feels good to be up, come up, and look behind one shoulder and the other shoulder. Good. Really nice twist, breath motion. And we're getting air into all parts of our lungs. We have actually lungs in the front and the back and the sides. So really just think about that whole lung body through the abdominals. We're gonna take a counter stretch after this, don't worry. Got about 2 more each side. And then making sure you're even on both sides, bring it back to center. Widen those knees as much as you can as you press your weight back into an extended arm child's pose. Try to place your forehead onto either the mat or block, some kind of surface. And then walk it over to the right side. Just press your hands into the ground with the option to stack your left hand on top of your right. And then walk it all the way over to that left side with the option to stack your right hand on your left. And on your exhalation, bring it back to center. Find your props. Just bring both your props in case you need them. And we're gonna lift into a tabletop position. So have those props near you. Lift in tabletop position. Take your right leg all the way back. Lower your forearms onto the ground and then just start pulsing up the right leg. Try to think about straight leg here. On that right side, just little pulses up. We're gonna warm up and we're gonna start coming into a split or variation of a split. So keep pulsing up, another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come back onto your hands. Step that right foot all the way forward. As far as you comfortably can, keep the toes curled behind you on that left side. Get either a block or something to help you position on. I want you to place this block under your front right leg. Put your palms of your hands onto that block and then just start lifting and lowering your back left knee a little bit. As much as you comfortably can. Down and up. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee down, relax the toes on that left side. Now we're going to remove this, just place it block to the side. This front leg is forward. Shift back and forward. Back and forward. Start really feeling through the hips here, big range of motion. This is our preparation for the split. So we're gonna start finding the split after this. Good. All right, now when you're ready, start finding your version of the split. Use your block as you need to. I like to start with just putting the block under my thigh, resting my hands onto it. And I feel like we haven't done the split in a while. So take your time getting into it. Remember, there's different heights to the block. And then maybe you want to hold your ring or your strap on that front foot to help pull. To get you a little bit deeper, we've got 10 more deep breaths here. So take your time getting into it. And if you wanted to, you could even bring those arms up. 5 more deep breaths. Good, and your exhalation is going to slowly bring you down. We're going to come out the same way we came in, finding a tabletop position. Remove those props out of the way for right now, because we got to do our other side. Find that tabletop position, and then lower your forearms back onto the ground. This time, stretching the left leg out. Start with your pulses. Pulse up. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back onto your hands. Step the left foot all the way forward. Find that block. Place it under your leg. I'm going to go with the highest setting of the block. Curl the right toe behind you. And then just little lifts and lowers with that back knee. Should start feeling a deep stretch through the hip flexor. Good, another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down, relax the toes on the foot, and then you could use your block if you need to, or just your hands on the ground. Start shifting your weight forward and back. Think about getting really nice and loose through the hips, stretching out, preparing for that split. Good. 3, 2, and then when you're ready, start finding your split, whatever that means for you. Maybe this is enough for you. Or you could put that block under the thigh. Just start taking what you need. Use a strap or the ring to get you into it. But 10 more deep breaths here. So just take your time. Good. You're ready to bring those arms up. Good. Keep breathing. 3 more deep breaths. And the exhalation slowly takes you out. Bring that leg back behind you in that tabletop position. Take a few cat-cows here. Resetting through the spine. And then crossing the legs behind you so you can shift your weight back and your legs forward. Start finding that center of your mat. Find your block. Place the block behind the shoulder blades. And then just start leaning back onto the block so that you can open up through your heart. Try to bring your soles of your feet together and let your knees open up to the side. Let your shoulders be on either side of the block. Let your arms come out with the palms facing open. And just take a few relaxing deep breaths here. If you need to adjust the block, or you could put a pillow or something if the block is too much. Just relax into this. Feel your heart open up. Feel your hips open up. 2 more deep breaths here. And on your exhalation, chin comes into your chest, knees come together. Take your block out of the way and bring yourself up into a boat pose. So we're gonna start by just placing our hands behind our knees, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and if it's available for you, take the hands off of the legs. We're gonna go from boat down into canoe. Lower that lower back down, back into boat, canoe 5 more times. Boat, canoe 5, good, boat, canoe 4, 3, 2, and the next time that you're in canoe, just stay in canoe, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. And just make any adjustments that you need to find a nice, comfortable, relaxed Savasana position. Relaxing your body into the earth. Feeling so rested and aware, alive at the same time. Feeling into your breath. Noticing that space in between your inhalation and your exhalation. Begin making small movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes, blinking your eyes. And then bring the knees into your chest, give yourself a big hug. And then wrapping your right arm around your both legs, take the legs over to the right side, look to the left. On the next exhalation, bring the legs back to center. Wrap your left arm around your legs. Look to the right, legs can just fall to the left. Good. And on your next exhalation, bring it back to center and rock yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Make any little movements to feel nice and grounded. We're going to inhale to reach the arms up, palms touch 3 times. Exhale into your heart. Again, reach it up, big deep breath in. Stretching even your fingers. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Good, one more time, up and around. Reach it up. And into your heart. Thumbs to heart center. Namaste.